Okay, this video is called, Is Best Buy a Bad Deal? So Best Buy, the store right here, we all have heard of it. It's kind of like a warehouse for electronics. Basically, they had a management training program, leadership training. And they said that, whites are not allowed to apply. That the person, in order to be eligible for their training, had to identify as Black, Latino, Hispanic, Asian, or Pacific Islander. And by the way, I always think these things are ridiculous. Just so you know my background, if you don't already, my father's from Ireland, my mother's from Puerto Rico. So am I a poor, unfairly abused Hispanic, or am I an evil white oppressor, white privilege? Okay, my father's ancestors were basically the slaves of the British. Okay, this whole thing is bogus. What's happening is the Democratic Party is the American Communist Party. That's what they are, and they're trying to genocide the white Christians because they feel that if they can just kill off and genocide the white Christians, the males first, then the females, if they can get rid of them, then they can impose communism. In their mindset, they feel that all the other groups in America are too weak to do anything to stop communism. So they just have to get rid of the white Christian males, and then it'll be a cakewalk to impose communism on the United States, just like it's been imposed on many countries. Okay, so anyways, and there's obvious things about this. For example, at Best Buy too, employees have complained that they're not allowed to have Christian crosses in their office. They're not allowed to have a Bible. If you look at the celebration histories every month, there's a history month for every single ethnic group you could think of, except none's allowed for Caucasians or for Caucasian Christians. They're being scapegoated as a target for genocide, and the other groups are being sort of bribed, saying, look, we'll give you jobs, we'll give you affirmative action, we'll give you training, just help us get rid of the white Christians. And the other groups don't realize, once the white Christian men are gone, there's no other ethnic group remotely capable that has enough numbers, enough numbers and power to potentially stop communism from forcing everyone into slavery. It's so obvious. I don't know how anybody doesn't know this. It's because they don't know any history. This is about as obvious as it gets. Okay, and why do I say that? Take a look at, history. The United States was formed, 98+% were Christians, okay, that formed the United States. This is the old days. They would all pray in the Capitol buildings, okay? They would have mass in all the Capitol buildings, and they would all go to. They try to tell you Jefferson was a religious fanatic of Christianity compared to what people think of people now, okay? If you study his life, which I've done, you'd be amazed, all right? So I'm letting you know the communists know this. That's why they're so eager to get rid of communism, okay? Because Christianity, it leads to this. It leads to, like Thomas Jefferson, Ben Franklin, and John Adams writing the Declaration of Independence, okay? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, okay? Declaration of Independence from 1776. The average American is a functional illiterate. They don't even know the history of their own country. This is basic stuff, okay? This is what it all comes down to. This is the creation of Adam, the painting by Michelangelo in the Sistine Chapel, and it's from the Bible. He said, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, all right? If man is created in the image of God, then he's partly divine. Now, certainly he's partly beast, but he's also partly divine, therefore entitled to natural rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, respect, privacy, safety, okay? Freedom of speech. All right, this is what it comes down. If he's not created in the image of God, he's just the so-called atheistic Darwinism is the major alternative, so-called essentially religious viewpoint in America. And all the universities are pushing this on everybody, this atheistic Darwinism viewpoint. Because if you can say that man is just a random coincidence from lightning hitting, a bowl of swamp water, then you can say he's just a talking monkey, a talking ape, a primate. He has no rights. There's nothing divine about him. Talking primates are put in cages, okay? And that's what the Communist Party wants to do with everyone, okay? It just has to get the white Christian men first because they're the only big group that has any ability to prevent them from imposing communism on everybody and bringing back slavery. That's what it is, modern slavery, okay? And yes, they hate you and that's what they want to do to you and there's nothing you could do about it, okay? That's what they want. Okay, here's the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and it's a bunch of white, heterosexual Christian men, okay? They're the ones that made America free. They're the ones that wrote the Declaration of Independence. They're the ones who signed the Constitution. There's a few exceptions to that, but they're very few. And it wasn't just, these 4 or 5 guys. There were hundreds of men involved in the signing of the Declaration of Independence and in the signing of the Constitution, okay? And they know that Christianity leads to men like George Washington here, and this is the signing of the Constitution, okay? And look at these pictures, historical pictures. They're all a bunch of white guys, okay, who made this happen. There's no other country where you really have freedom of speech. There's no other country with all these rights for the citizens, okay? And it's fading away very quickly, all right? So, yes, it wasn't perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. But Christianity pushes towards everyone being free because all men are equal in the eyes of God, and that's what's great about it. Anyone can be a Christian. There's no restriction to become a Christian. Any single person listening to this video right now, if they said I want to be a Christian, they're a Christian. That's all you have to do. It is the most open, tolerant, free, and all welcoming thing that there is in the world. Okay. All right, so here's GW praying, by his horse in Valley Forge. And it's really extraordinary to study the history of Valley Forge and GW and the early American founding fathers, okay? The communists don't want you to know all this stuff because they want to put you in slavery. They want to be able to do whatever they want to you, just own you like a farm animal. Why do you think they got rid of the Boy Scouts? They don't like the Boy Scouts because the Boy Scouts basically are tied into Christianity and the founding fathers, okay? So they figured out a way to get rid of them. So anyways, I just tell you this. Hopefully you realize this. Hopefully, freedom will continue in the United States. But it's this capitalism is what makes you wealthy. Christianity is sort of at the foundation of what keeps people free. And once these are gone and the big push is to get rid of them, you can say bye-bye to freedom and bye-bye to prosperity.